One of the reasons why I don't believe that the Epstein files necessarily will be helpful is because I believe that there was this movie that Denzel Washington played in. I'm not necessarily saying that you should see that movie, but it was a good movie in regards to how demons are able to toy with. Very proud, very trying. And when I say trying, I'm talking about people try to fight demons in their strength, right? But it was an excellent movie that depicted people trying, and he tried and tried and tried to fight these demons. And it was you can imagine really difficult, right? But in the end, it just showed that they were toying with him all along. Nonetheless, people are trying to associate Epstein with, it seems, a lot of the stuff that, now what he now represents, right? The problematic things that he represents, when America probably has a Epstein spirit in the midst of her right now. And that's why so many names. And is it restricted to America? I'm certain it's not restricted to America. But nonetheless, I think people are deluding themselves to try to disassociate a lot of America from the Epstein files. If you're releasing the files to a bunch of perverts, then what are we doing here? And something else, and hopefully I don't get my channel taken down for it, but those who are intellectually honest know, and this is not going to be easy to say, and you probably won't like me after I say it, but it's the truth. How often do I lie on here? Can you remember the last time I lied? Okay. So, who better to use sometimes to victimize others than victims? They've been groomed, and they have been they have experienced trauma, and who better to sometimes utilize than victims? Any criminal investigator that says that is not a whole entire phenomenon is an intellectually false liar. Okay, so I know that the victims have been pressing for these files to come out, but with the Epstein spirit in America, I'm not even sure what are we doing here? And it seems the only thing that we have so far managed to attain is the re-victimization of certain victims that may not have even been the ones that were requesting for it to be. It is a whole entire dumpster fire for it to be released. I don't have any issue necessarily with the victims, but I am very savvy and cunning also, and I don't put it beyond people to be used negatively. People can be made to be afraid. People can be put in fear. People can be demonically possessed. People can be demonically influenced. People can be in psychological distress. That comes and goes. There's many things that could cause someone who you would think would only want the best for everybody to operate not even necessarily not in the best interest of others, but also not in the best interest of themselves. I think that America continues to move in such a way, as well as the ecclesia, for it is mostly the ecclesia's fault, because the ecclesia knows better, or should know better. America continues to move in a way where it seems she does not believe in the supernatural. That is really doing a disservice to her, because the supernatural is being very strategic in this hour. And New York, absolutely, I believe they have sold their children for favors, housing, and food and stuff like that. And America watched as New York did that. So New York certainly has the Epstein spirit, if you ask me. Am I right? Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, so you're releasing the files to people. What sense does it make? Even if you excluded New York, maybe it might make some sense. But you're releasing the files to New Yorkers who sold their children for housing, food, and government favors to Memdani. How much sense does that make? I'm just saying, does it make sense to you? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Provided I actually believe what I'm saying. I do. I'm one of the few people left that actually mean what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't see how the two can harmoniously, mesh. I don't.